Hello, it's Shrewsbury Town away in the preview show this week. Before we move on to look at that game, let's have a look back at the week. Oxford United women were in action on Wednesday, 1-1 draw with Southampton. Here are the thoughts of the manager and a couple of the players.
I think both teams can be judged to be, because we both had a few chances near the end. But of course, I thought when Sarah drove down the line in the last 30 seconds, I thought this was going to be it, and it was just behind Shez. But I'm just so proud of the players, the way they fought, the way they battled. We conceded after 7 minutes, and it could have been so easy for us to lose our heads. And I probably just wax lyrical and just say the same thing all the time, but this group of players are unbelievable. The belief and the drive they have within themselves and within each other is amazing, and the way they responded to be on the front foot in the second half, the way we were at times, was brilliant.
You got off to a poor start, didn't you? But had to recover.
I don't know if Nair's played a bit of a part to begin with, but once everybody settled into it, I think we scored our goal, and then I think it was us on top from there. It was just a shame we couldn't nick a goal to get the win, really.
There were chances. Second half, both teams had chances, didn't they?
So close. We're even battle. We're both up there. We'll keep pushing each other right to the end.
And you are still up there. That result doesn't kill it off for anybody, does it?
Like a few fans were saying, you take a draw at the start of the game, I suppose. That said, unfortunate not to get another goal, but it's like you say, it's not a loss.
Upwards and onwards. MK next.
Yeah, MK no rest. So yeah, we got MK Sunday, so we'll get the girls back in tomorrow night. A little recovery session and get ready for the next game. It was. I'll tell you what was brilliant. How many fans we had in today? It was unbelievable, and hopefully we put on a fantastic show for them.
I'll say that 505, which is the record for you here,
yeah,
isn't
which
it?
is brilliant. And even going back to our WSL days, I think that's our record, isn't it? So, well, minus a cup game against Man City, but to have that here on a Wednesday night is unbelievable. Thank you to all the Oxford fans for coming out.
The women play MK Dons away this Sunday. We'll have all the reaction on the website. 24 hours earlier, United are at Shrewsbury. Matty Taylor will be looking to get on the score sheet again after his 100th Football League goal last time out.
Right, Matty, you were quick to tell me 100 career league goals. Congratulations. That's some achievement, isn't it?
Yeah, what, Football League goals?
Yeah,
Football League goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously delighted. Didn't even know I was too close to be honest. Checked about 3 weeks ago really. I was like, keep not far off now and try and keep banging them in, and just kind of nicely come up, 'cause obviously 100 and obviously 20 for the season. So just delighted, and hopefully a few more to come.
Yeah, you can always trust the strikers to keep track of their goal tally. Do you remember your first ever Football League goal?
Yes, yeah. Obviously I'm a bit of a late bloomer, I went too many years ago. It was obviously for Bristol Rovers, and we got promoted. And it was home game to Barnet, sort of. Wasn't even that early on in the season, to be fair, 6-7 games in, and obviously never forget that moment. It's kind of a big moment for me in my career at that point, my first league goal, and now obviously sat here on 100 and over the moon, to be honest, and hopefully a few more to come. Yeah,
99 goals later. What's been your most memorable, would you say?
Thought you said you weren't going to ask me any different questions. I don't know. Various ones, obviously, like your first one for Oxford's obviously a big achievement, and the one on Saturday was probably a goal that I'm not used to scoring, to be honest. Obviously I was delighted to score that, but I just love scoring goals, and I'll just hopefully keep them coming.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Was the one you scored on Saturday, is that one you were best?
I think it's got to be, really. Technically, it was a tough finish. Just got good contact, and it flew in, so I was delighted, really. Kind of shocked me a bit, because normally lads are whipping them in and sort of just getting across your man or in the back post and stuff. So probably one of them.
Back to winning ways as well. That was some first half performance on Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think just as soon as we kicked off, we see us moving the ball around, and it just felt like we were in their half, getting efforts on goal and corners and putting balls in the box, and it really did feel like we started well. And then obviously Sam's got a magnificent goal at the back post, and I think we just sense that we wanted to go and get more, and yeah, we literally blew them away, I thought, and obviously I was a bit disappointed with the goal just before half time, as you can imagine, but on the whole, when you look at it, you don't often play like that and score 4 goals in one half, so you have to take the positive with the negative.
Yeah, which sets you up nicely for this Saturday coming Shrewsbury away, a place where there's been some entertaining games over the last few years, all finishing 3-2 there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a picture behind you, isn't there, from when Ruff scored the winner. So yeah, we've had some good games there. We know a tough side. We know they don't concede many goals. So yeah, we're expecting quite a resolute performance from them, and it's not a side you want to go goal against. But yeah, we're playing well. We're in form, and it's all to play for. 9 big games left, and hopefully we can get as many points as possible.
Yeah, and on the horizon at home, Ipswich a week Saturday, another big game which we're expecting another big crowd for.
Yeah, obviously massive game. They're on good form, aren't they, and chasing down the playoffs. So yeah, huge club, huge game really. So yeah, we'll enjoy that one. But obviously we've got Shrewsbury first, and yeah, we'll be fully focused to go there on Saturday and get 3 points.
So before the women's game on Wednesday, the academy train on the pitch at Oxford City's 3G pitch. They can train on there without damaging the surface. And 2 young lads came over to me. It was Jack Gardner, our former youth team captain, Jack Stevens, now at Banbury United, and a former youth team striker. 2 amazing young men. Then I come in today and Fabio Sol is in the building. Fabio's giving a lecture on what he's been up to after football. So here's Dan Harris to explain, and then Fabio to tell his story.
Yeah, so as you touched on, this is an elite performance environment, and that brings with it real challenges every year because not everyone, there's not enough registrations and contracts to go around for everyone, and you have to have that kind of ruthless element to the game really. But I think one of the things our football club historically over the last 129 years has been pretty decent at is recognising that football is what you do, not who you are, and actually that sense of there's life after football, whenever that might start. So yeah, as you touched on, I guess the 2 Jacks first, and Jack Stevens, Jack Gardner, 2 previous youth team captains, now both back now coaching for the football club, which is brilliant. Jack Gardner's about to go over 3 months of secondment out in Scandinavia, which is brilliant for him whilst he's been coaching for us, and Jack Stevens now coaching with all of our younger age groups. So that's really positive. And then today, great to have Fabio Sol back in the building. Fabio, real ups and downs, first team debuts, disappointments, challenges, injuries, that kind of thing. And really was just telling his story to our young players. And again, what a real benchmark in the sense of has set up a company now called Footballers' Minds. that's designed to equip young players for the ebb and flow of life first and foremost, and then secondly for this industry as well. So just great to see a young lad using his time so effectively, and delighted that we can support that.
Absolutely chuffed to have you back with us, Fabio. So one door closes, another one opens. Is that how you look at life?
Yeah, I think it was an opportunity for me to kind of reassess, and I think with what I've done here now, I think it's a good opportunity to explain to the boys.
So explain to the people at home what it is.
So Footballers' Minds is essentially a service to help younger players with their mental health, provide them with the tools that they need to kind of set themselves up for the challenges they'll face in the future.
Be specific, what are those challenges? There's a lot.
Yeah, so myself being through a lot of challenges, I found that it's very difficult to deal with them when you don't have good preparation. So challenges like getting released or mental health challenges and you don't have a lot of support around you. It's different tools to help you keep your mind sane and really prevent those things from happening.
And obviously that's not a barbed comment at Oxford United, because the setup here is as good as you're going to find.
Exactly.
You do get that support, but you can always do with more.
You get the support, and Oxford United were really great to me. But around football in general, it's a ruthless industry, so it is important to prepare yourself for the challenges.
I think I said to you the first week you were here as a scholar, you haven't made it, you're here as a scholar, you've got 2 years. Yeah. There are so many challenges, like you think, professional football, this is it. Yeah. So many challenges.
It is. It's a stigma around football anyway, about how it's an easy career, but it's definitely harder. There's a lot of highs and a lot of lows, but it's all worth it.
It's cutthroat as well, isn't it? It's very hard.
Yeah, very cutthroat. I mean, players are going to get released all the time. They're going to get decisions that they don't want, but it's how you deal with these challenges that kind of sets you up for the future.
So if there's any prospective footballers out there, how do they find out about you? Got the website set up?
Yeah, so we've got social media, Footballers' Minds, a website as well. So it is through social media as well as emailing contact information.
I think it's brilliant the way that you've picked yourself up and gone, right, I can help others. I think it's amazing. Did you have this in mind when you were leaving the club, or was it all since
I think it was more so during lockdown, having a real think, but also getting released. It was like, well, it's been difficult for me, but how can I help others deal with it better, as well as myself? And yeah, I've really learned a lot. I'm
going to say as well, it's not just people who've been released who are going through it now.
No.
I know people who were released 15, 20 years ago, and it's still in their mind. Yeah. It's a long-term thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not even, it could just be you're still at the club and you're struggling with the pressures of trying to get into the first team. So yeah, there's a lot. It is a lot to take in.
Is it aimed at individuals, or is it aimed at identifying? Oh, okay, he's in my group. He's clearly struggling. Are there signs that people can see?
Yeah, it can be a bit of both. So we like to prepare workshops for coaches as well as parents as well, to spot signs in the younger players, but also for your teammates and yourself to be more aware of self-talk and your confidence to kind of get the real performances on the pitch.
And for yourself, just finally, is your football career, where are you at playing wise?
So I've been injured for 11 months up until this date, which has been a real tough journey, but I'm still 100% committed to making it. So yeah, that is the prime focus. This has definitely been good for me with Footballers' Minds to help me get through the time.
It's really powerful when you hear messages from old men like me and staff, Hacks and Pads and those guys, Liam, the guys before it, the gaffer, all the guys around the building. Of course we care deeply about these young people. It goes without saying, and we care deeply about their lives before, during and after football. But there's something quite powerful about hearing it from a contemporary, hearing it from someone who's sat exactly where you've sat recently, that can relate to the world you can relate to, that faces the same challenges on social media that they do, that sees the same challenges facing young teenage men as you can at the moment. And I think our industry, we're pretty quick at highlighting when footballers get things wrong. But I look at some of the stories over the last few weeks, and it's fantastic to see the Drew Ricketts story of a player who was here a few years ago when Leon Blackwell Sachs was kind of overseeing that part of the programme, and to see that young guy taking positive steps in his life, and Fabio to want to come back to this club and to be warmly welcomed back by staff and players. And so I think that piece is important, but also that time of year, recognising that this time of year is a difficult time for young players, and we want to equip them for whatever's coming down the line. You know, but certainly for us, it's just a quiet sense of pride seeing a young man take the lessons he learnt here and the experiences, good and bad, that he had here, and then using that for positive. I mean, that's powerful. That's not front page stuff, because we like to sensationalise the negatives of the industry, but clearly our first priority is trying to produce players, but that's underpinned by trying to produce high quality young men, and the two Jacks and Fabio certainly fall into that category.
Yeah, I know he's the programme editor, and we haven't got a programme, but we're not going to go political on this.
No.
Ukraine, you are of Ukrainian descent.
I am, yes.
How much descended?
Third generation, so my dad's dad came over from Ukraine back in, when he was a young child, so turn of the 20th century.
There were a limited number of visas available.
I don't know if they got a visa at all, actually. They walked from southern Ukraine to Berlin, got the train the rest of the way.
That's miles.
It's a long way, yeah.
Well, fair play, that's good. I've seen you walk, you wouldn't be able to do that.
No, I wouldn't even walk to the shop.
Have you ever been to Ukraine?
I haven't, sadly. I was planning to go this summer. Something might have happened to put that on the back burner.
Yeah. If you go there now, you'll have to volunteer.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah, I've seen you drive the minibus to take us to away games. Be a tank driver, you'll be good at that.
Yes.
I think you're better equipped for driving tanks than minibuses, having seen you park at service stations.
Well, nothing messes with me.
Oh, we should get a tank, take that to Shrewsbury, get you some practice.
Yes, that would be good.
Right, yeah. In the away end.
Rather than set off now, but you know, they're not very fast tanks or anything.
Yeah, we'd be unstoppable, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Been a couple of games this week. We've both been at. Senior Cup was professional. The women's game.
Entertaining.
Yeah, very entertaining. Where does that leave them in the league?
Second, 1 point behind the lead is Ipswich. They played the same number of games, but there's still 5 or 6 games to go, so still anyone's to play for.
Before we move on to discuss the Shrewsbury game, just a quick one. We've now there is a trust fund set up for Joey Beecham, which for his 2 daughters who are quite amazing. Go and contribute, would you please? Go and put some money into the fund. If you ever saw him play, and I still think he was the best player I've ever seen play for Oxford,
Yeah.
help the family. That's what we'd say. The details about the funeral as well. We were just discussing whether we should go or not.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision, but I err to sort of letting the people go that were really close to me. We both counted Joey as a friend, but probably not a close friend.
So, I don't know. It's up to you guys. There are details on the website for Joey's funeral. And having brought it all crashing down with our politics and funerals, we'll now build it up. Just behind the camera is a picture of Josh Ruffles' last minute goal at Shrewsbury, which was the week before COVID hit, wasn't it?
It was the last game before, yeah.
What are we like at Shrewsbury? I imagine it's always like that, isn't it?
Oh, pretty much. I think last 3 times we've been there, we've won each time 3-2, so obviously very entertaining game.
So we usually let them get 2 ahead.
Yeah, or Gavin scores a hat-trick, one or the other. Yeah.
I did ask him about that. He likes playing at Shrewsbury. We like going to Shrewsbury. It's a nice, friendly club. Tickets will be available on the day, I think. How many do you think we'll take?
I think somewhere north of 700.
I reckon we'll get over the 1,000.
I hope so. It'd be good if we did.
Well, it depends. If that's as cold as it was watching training today, it might put people off.
Wear a scarf.
Yes, wear a yellow and blue scarf to show your support for the Ukraine and the mighty U's. You can hear it and I follow it in the UK. See it if you are abroad. More importantly, just go along. We'll be there. See you Saturday.